Hello guys, today I am going live from a very beautiful place. Like probably this is one of the most beautiful places to work I have ever been. It's incredible. It's in Carlsbad, California, and yeah, I just came here to write, to work on my book, and today I went, like, the Facebook remind me on special university and special university that I have. It's been 3 years since I'm abroad, so 3 years since I moved to Denmark, and 3 years since I'm now like cruising around, going to different places. And yeah, it's been such a long ride. I can't even tell you how grateful I am currently to just be in California and reflect back on everything that was going on through my life. And I'm getting like super emotional with just thinking about what I've been through, because those of you that really knows me, you know that I've been like in Denmark. I've been for a year. Then I moved to Canada. I moved to Toronto. I was there for half a year. Then I went back to Denmark, and for the past 8 months I'm in London, and currently I'm cruising around California. And it's just insane what's been happening in those 3 years, and how my life have shifted, how every perspective that I have is way different than it used to be. And I just want to share with you like what actually traveling, going around, living abroad do to your soul, because I believe this is one of the most awakening things you can do to yourself. Because once you put yourself in a place where you don't know anyone, basically you start from the scratch, you start from the beginning. It's kind of like building the life that you want, in an environment you don't know, in a place that you haven't been before. And the funny thing is that whenever I move somewhere or wherever I decided to go, I was always exciting, but for few days before I have to leave, I always had so much resistance. I never really wanted to go. It was so hard for me to just throw myself into. I remember, like, now that it's exactly 3 years since I left for Denmark, and I remember the day when I went to Denmark, I was crying like a baby. Like I couldn't stop crying. I was crying on my way to the airport. When I had to say goodbye, I was crying. I was crying on my flight to Denmark. I was like, where I'm going, like what will happen. I had so much luggage. Like for Denmark, I remember I had 45 kilos of luggage altogether. I was insane. I was like, oh, I have to grab everything with me, because I don't know, I was expecting that Denmark doesn't have anything for me or whatever. I learned my lessons there. When I moved to Toronto, I went with one suitcase, and that was it. I said I don't need a lot of things. And it was so funny, because it's like always like this. Whenever there's a time for you where you have to do a big move or you have to do a big step, like those days when you actually have to do it, even though you're excited and you know that that's something that you really want, it's like few days before you just don't feel like it. It's just like, no, I don't feel like going. And the funny thing is, like, even now, even after 3 years of going abroad and being everywhere, when I had to go to New York, like, you can ask all my closest friends, I said I don't want to pack, I don't want to go. I have so much resistance going. And people were like, come on, it's like your dreams are coming true. You're going there to crew at Tony Robbins event. It's everything that you always wanted. You're gonna go to America on your own. It's so incredible. And the thing is that I was like, I just didn't want to go, because there's always, when your soul feels like there's gonna be a lot of challenges, or when it's gonna be like the next big thing happening to you, is you just don't feel like doing it. It's so out of your comfort zone, and the worst thing you can do is talk yourself out of it, because we all have it. Like, we all come to the stage where we want something, and then right before we can get it, like right before we are there, we just don't feel like going the next step. And that's where we often just hold ourselves back and say, oh, I don't want to go, I don't feel like going, I will just stay home. And it's so funny, because a lot of people said to me, yeah, maybe this is just your instinct, like telling you that it's not the right thing to do. But no, it's not. This is only your fear showing up. And the fear is always like the fear that you have. I would say like this: if you have a fear and excitement at the same point, it's always something that you have to do. It's always something that you wanted to go on with it. And that's what I realized with myself. It's like, every time I go on a next journey, every time I move somewhere else, it's incredible thing that's happened to me. And I feel like with every day I know myself better. I understand what I like, what I don't like. I understand which things I want to have in my life and which are not serving me. I understand like which are the places where I want to live or where I want to explore more. It's like you gain like the whole understanding about yourself. You gain so much like clarity on what you want to do in your life and what is making you happy. And I know that no matter where I am, I'm not trading my happiness. I try to do as much as I can to put myself in a place where I feel grateful for the things that I'm experiencing, even though they're scary sometimes, even though it's not always easy. But it's like, if there is something that I recommend for every single human being on this planet, is travel as much as you can. Go live abroad for at least like a month or so. It's just like, go somewhere that you haven't been before, where you have to like figure things out by yourself. Especially if you're going on your own, it's like, it's for the first time you can just drop all the mask and get to know who you are, and just to see how you interact with people that you haven't known before, to see their culture. And also your mind just expands. Wherever you go in a new country, you expand to a new level. And yeah, I mean, it's so incredible. And I feel so grateful for all those 3 years happening. It's been so hard in the moments. I had like very bad moments in Denmark. I had terrible moments in Canada. But after every breakdown that I had, there were like a breakthrough coming. And like the person I became after all these challenges, after everything I've been through, I'm just so proud of myself. Like, still being able to go over my fears, still being able to just like follow my mission, follow whatever feels right, and not really care about the people that they don't get it, or haters, or because they're everywhere. And thanks for you sharing the hearts with me. But yeah, I know I can inspire so many people, because I decided to live by example. I decided to help people with like being true to themselves. And even if things are not logical for other people, they don't need to be. If something is true to your nature, if something is true to your heart, where you want to go, where you want to explore, what you want to do in your life, just go for it. Just go. And there's nothing that should hold you back. There is nothing that you should consider, or just like, I really want you to know that everything is always working out for you. And this is kind of like when you go on a journey to a new country, you really practice this, like, believing in fate, because you cannot go anywhere differently. You cannot live abroad, you cannot travel without having faith, without having like certainty that things will be provided and things will work out. And it's like, it's kind of like being abroad, it's kind of this challenge of how much can you handle and still being okay with it, how much, like, basically uncertainty is okay for you, and how easily will you sell your happiness. And if there's something I can tell for you, is like, make your happiness like the most expensive things ever that you don't trade for anything. And I believe that traveling is a huge part of us being happy. So if I can inspire any one of you to book a flight or to go somewhere, that, like, my job here is done. Because if there's at least one soul that will leave their country for a while and explore around and maybe expand to somewhere else, I've done my job. Yes, Alia, I totally agree. Everywhere you go, go with all your heart. And I'm here with all my heart. It's like this place is so beautiful. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm so grateful for being here. I so grateful for having this opportunity to explore around California this way. And I mean, I'm so touched. I'm currently just so touched, because it's been a hard one. It's been a hard 3 years, but I arrived to a place where I haven't been before. And Eric is going crazy. I love you too. Yes, I've arrived to a place where I haven't been before, and I feel so much gratitude, so much love within my heart, with just being where I am and expressing myself fully. Like, I think I have never been so in tune with my soul, with who I am. And it wouldn't be without going abroad, without exploring things around, without all the incredible people that I meet here. It's like, it's just wow. Like, I'm so grateful for everything. I'm just, thank you guys that helped me make this journey come true. Thank you guys for supporting me, for wherever you are. I'm just like, yeah, it's insane, and I promise I'll give back as much as I can. I know that we are born with some kind of like privilege compared to people that are like in very poor countries. I know it's only our responsibility to give back more. So I don't want to like feel bad for having the privilege to travel around or to having a privilege to explore the world, but I just take it as a responsibility to give more. So my job will be to give as much as I can, and I think I'm doing pretty okay so far, and I'll keep on contributing as much as possible. So yeah, that's it. I'll give you the last view of this beautiful place. Now I'm going back to writing my book. It's gonna be such an awesome book. Yeah, I love you guys. I love you so much. Like, thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for being like with me. It means a lot. It really means a lot. And I would never come to this place without you by my side, like every single one of you. So thank you. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. See you soon.